Picture this: deadlines, buzzing phones, the constant ping of notifications. You know stress. But here's the twist: medieval people knew it too. Sure, they didn't have traffic jams or overflowing inboxes, but they carried the weight of plague outbreaks, wars at their doorstep, and endless toil just to survive. So while we reach for coffee or scroll TikTok to escape, medieval people developed ingenious ways to handle pressure long before therapists and wellness apps existed. And the surprising thing? Many of their techniques not only worked, but are still relevant for us today. In this video, we're unlocking 10 ancient stress relief practices that helped medieval people not just endure, but thrive, even in the frostiest winters and harshest times. Stick around until the end, because you'll see how some of their habits can be life-changing in our overstimulated, burnout-prone world. If you were a monk in a medieval monastery, silence wasn't just golden, it was survival. Hours, sometimes entire days, were spent in near-complete quiet. At first glance, that might sound oppressive, but here's the secret: silence creates mental space. By stripping away noise, medieval monks trained themselves to live more slowly, to pay attention, and to observe their own thoughts. They didn't have the language of mindfulness meditation, but they practiced it naturally. Today, neuroscientists agree: silence lowers cortisol, balances mood, and boosts creativity. Want to try it? Turn off your music, silence notifications, and give yourself 10 minutes of medieval-style quiet each day. You might be surprised how refreshing it feels. Have you ever zoned out while knitting, doodling, or folding laundry? Medieval people understood the calming rhythm of repetition. Monks chanted psalms, scribes copied manuscripts, and peasants wove or ground grain in steady, repetitive motions. That rhythm wasn't boring, it was soothing. Repetitive tasks quiet the nervous system and anchor the mind, much like today's stress balls or fidget toys. For them, it wasn't a distraction, it was prayer in motion. You can reclaim this medieval hack by turning everyday chores, washing dishes, sweeping floors, into moments of calm focus. Instead of rushing through them, lean into the rhythm. It's the closest thing to a time machine for your nerves. We scroll through Instagram nature reels, but medieval people actually lived it. Gardens, forests, rivers, these weren't just backdrops, but sanctuaries. Many monasteries even designed cloister gardens specifically for slow, meditative walks. The practice was simple: wander through the greenery, notice the details, and let the natural world reset your mind. Today, we call it forest bathing or ecotherapy. Back then, it was woven into daily life. If stress is eating at you, try this. No earbuds, no phone, just a quiet 15-minute walk. Pay attention to sound, smell, and touch. You'll be practicing the same stress therapy medieval monks perfected centuries ago. Forget pharmaceuticals. Medieval people relied on nature's pharmacy. Chamomile, valerian root, lavender, and lemon balm were common remedies for easing anxiety and promoting sleep. Herbal brews weren't just medicine, they were rituals. Imagine ending a hard day, not with Netflix and wine, but with a warm mug of calming herbs. Apothecaries crafted tinctures, and healers swore by the balance of plants to soothe body and soul. Science now confirms their wisdom. Chamomile eases nerves, valerian improves sleep, and lavender lowers heart rate. Maybe it's time to add a medieval ritual to your evening. Brew a cup, breathe deep, and let nature take over. We often glamorize medieval castles, but the truth? Most people spent their days moving, hauling, planting, chopping, grinding. Strangely enough, that physical effort was a built-in stress reliever. Labor provided rhythm, routine, and release. It turned restless energy into productivity. Monks even viewed manual work as spiritual medicine, balancing mind and body. Today, we sit hunched at desks for hours, wondering why stress builds. So here's your medieval hack. Move with purpose. It doesn't have to be gym time. Sweep, garden, carry groceries by hand. Let your body do what it's designed for, and stress melts faster than you'd think. One overlooked stress reliever? Ritual. Medieval life was filled with them. Morning prayers, bells marking the hours, shared meals at set times. These rhythms weren't just spiritual. They created predictability in a chaotic world. Rituals anchor the mind. They reduce decision fatigue and build a sense of safety. Even peasants had seasonal rituals tied to harvests and festivals that punctuated the grind of daily survival. In our lives, rituals can be as simple as a morning coffee routine, a nightly journal entry, or Sunday dinners with family. Structure reduces stress because it gives your brain a roadmap. We binge-watch series to escape. Medieval people had storytelling. Around the hearth, after long days, families and neighbors shared tales of heroes, saints, and fools. Storytelling wasn't just entertainment. It was therapy. Hearing others' struggles and victories reframed personal stress. It reminded them they weren't alone. This collective storytelling also strengthened bonds, reducing the isolation that magnifies anxiety. Today, podcasts, book clubs, or even swapping stories with friends over dinner echo that same power. Humans are wired for stories, and medieval people tapped into that to ease mental burdens. Here's a radical truth. Medieval stress relief wasn't solo. It was communal. Villagers pooled resources, shared labor, and leaned on one another. Monks lived in brotherhoods where no one carried their burdens alone. That sense of belonging buffered stress. When the world outside was harsh, the collective inside kept people grounded. Contrast that with today's loneliness epidemic. No wonder stress feels heavier. Reclaim this hack by joining a group, fitness class, volunteer team, even online communities with shared goals. Stress shrinks when shared. It's medieval wisdom for a modern crisis. For medieval people, faith wasn't just belief. It was coping strategy. Ritual prayer, pilgrimages, and trust in divine order gave them resilience against fear and uncertainty. Even if you're not religious, the principle applies. Having a bigger perspective, whether spiritual, philosophical, or mindful, shrinks personal worries. Stoics said it best. Focus on what you control, release the rest. Medieval faith echoed that wisdom daily. Maybe for us, it's meditation, journaling, or gratitude practice. The point is this: aligning your stress with something larger than yourself creates inner strength. So here's the lesson. Stress isn't new. Medieval monks, peasants, and healers fought their own battles against fear, fatigue, and uncertainty. And they won with tools we can still use today: silence, ritual, herbs, movement, community, faith, and joy. Now imagine picking just one of these techniques to try this week. Maybe a quiet walk, maybe brewing herbal tea, maybe laughing more intentionally. Which one will you choose? Drop your answer in the comments. I'd love to hear how you'll bring a piece of medieval wisdom into your modern life. And if you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with someone who's been stressed lately, and subscribe for more forgotten survival wisdom from the past. Because sometimes the best solutions for tomorrow are hidden in yesterday.